Chapter 3, Creating an Awareness Around Your Conscious Mind. So this chapter is going to detail what it is that I did to help myself with the mind control of the conscious thoughts. My learnings suggest between as little as 2 to 10% of the time we are using our conscious mind. The rest of the time we operate with unconscious thoughts. As soon as you become mindful of your thoughts, then you have the responsibility of the power of your thoughts. The way we think about ourselves actually has an influence on our personal wealth. The abundance we crave is within us, and we need to tap into this to experience the outer world reflecting back to us. How do we do this? What are the stories you're telling yourself, and how can you get to a place of realization that you are not that person? We all have past experiences which have led us to where we are now. They have happened for us, not to us. Understanding you are not a victim is liberating. The difference between who you perceive yourself as and who you really are can hold you back from living your true potential. When we become attached to our thoughts, this creates suffering. When we let them go, we become free. Our thoughts can hold us back from living the life we love. We become free when we stop giving meaning to the things that have happened to us. The only thing we have is the now. Create an awareness that you can just observe your thoughts. You are not necessarily defined by your thoughts. Choosing not to be that person anymore, open yourself up to new ways of thinking. Engage in positive self-talk and ask yourself the following: is this thought serving me? How can I turn it around to a positive thought? You can research a subject further to see what resonates with you. There's Abraham Hicks on YouTube. Who we are and how do we connect to ourselves on a deeper level. So this is put here in blue. You may or may not know, but our true essence is light and love. This awareness helped me immensely with removing attachments to my identity and ego, and you have just expanded your consciousness. If this was something you were not aware of. So daily mindfulness meditation. You've probably heard of meditation. It's a technique that you can use to still the mind. Meditation brings more clarity, you experience less anxiety and feel better physically. You can create an emotional distance by saying, I'm not my mind, I am not my body. You experience feelings of calmness and contentment. If a thought pops up, let it pass by. Many people have said what a difference meditation makes to their lives. I find inspired thoughts come to me, which helps me with the flow and direction in life. This, I believe, is co-creating life with your higher self, your higher consciousness. Creating a life you love in alignment with your authentic self. You know you are on the right path as it feels right in your heart. Meditation has been proven to be the fastest way to switch on the internal stream of chemicals that allow us to heal our bodies and heal our lives. It can facilitate the creation of a life you love. Michelle's guidance as a spiritual life coach, mentoring, and her psychic ability as a clairaudient helped me get the answers I was seeking in life during those challenging times. Over the last decade, I have strengthened my ability to receive messages from my higher self, consciousness, and learnt to live in the flow of life. I believe I have the gift of clairsentience. So the feelings, I can just tune into the feelings of things. Clairaudience is where she would hear things. There's quite a few other different ones. Meditation is a key element in your ability to connect with your higher self consciousness, your higher consciousness. That all-knowing part of you which has all the answers you are searching for. You can learn to quieten your mind and get away from the everyday busyness of life in a safe and nurturing environment. Become curious about tapping into your higher self, your higher consciousness. What research can you do, and write down in your journal about this subject. Talk to someone who is independent of your situation and who is not going to pass judgment or try to influence you, such as a trained coach or a spiritual coach. I invite you to explore the options available out there. Ask the universe to send someone to you and trust that it is done. This is a powerful technique that I use. Journaling. Journaling is a great way to write down what you are feeling, thinking, and experiencing each day. It proves a guide for your intuition and own inner guidance to come through. Tap into your imagination, see things differently, and write this down. Or how you feel things might unfold in your life. What random thoughts come into your mind. Write them down. When you look back on what you've written, you can reflect. Sometimes I write ideas or inspiration that lead me to the next step in life. You can see your progress on your journey unfold right in front of you as you record your thoughts, experiences, dreams, and feelings during this time of transformation. It helps you to make sense of things and to gain insight into who you are. How do you start living your new story? Living in the moment, being present. Start by focusing on appreciation and gratitude. Be the observer of your thoughts and acknowledge them as they pass by. Know you are not your thoughts. This bit here is in italics. If you truly learn to love your mind, to understand that your mind is there to protect you from getting hurt, from the wild wilderness, it is there to go, oh, that wasn't a good experience. I better not get there again. Love your mind for what it is trying to do. It's trying to protect you in the only way it knows how. But know that your mind is there as your tool. Your soul is the director, and your mind is the assistant. When you give your mind full power, you lose this ability to see things clearly. With his permission, Emmanuel Dagher talks about loving your mind, and he is referenced in the resources section for further information. All your mind wants is to be loved. This is profound. When you do love your mind and understand that all it is trying to do is protect you, have an inner dialogue with it. You say thank you. Thank you for showing me that this is important to me, but I'm going to choose to respond and not react with my old habits and behaviours. I'm not going to get myself into a state of panic, fear or anger because what is happening right now is happening for my highest good. All of the stones, near my glasses, all of the stones that are thrown at your feet are gifts, so that you can show how far you have come with overcoming these perceived setbacks, obstacles, illusions of things not working out, because in fact there is a pure divine intelligence working for all of us. All you need to do is trust and accept and surrender. Trust what is and focus on what it is that you want, and you will be sure to get to your destination. If it doesn't show up immediately, that's okay, because you know that you are doing the inner work, and that's all you can do to get you there. My biggest life lesson. The key learning around mind control was understanding why it felt so good being bad. I was doing all the work to get myself out of bad habits, but it was by doing a mind map with my hypnotherapist to understand that there were parts of my brain that were called take a risk and rush, which I had an addiction to. And there were other parts of my brain that were there to protect me and shield me and help me through it. So I would acknowledge take a risk and rush and say, we understand you want to do this, but we know that you will be better off in the long run if you listen to us. Protect me and shield. Positive self-talk. How did I stop beating myself up? We can do this at times when the mind says, you're late, you've missed out now. Say it's okay. I may not have needed to hear that seminar at this time. It will come back if I am meant to know or hear about it. I'm never going to get this book done. It's never going to be perfect. It's okay. You've done challenging things before and overcome them, and you always surprise yourself with how well you do. I've slept in, I've got up late, and now I'm not in my routine. That's okay. It's happened for a reason. You obviously needed some more rest. It's amazing what you can do with a small amount of time to get yourself back into your groove. Don't let this little setback ruin your day because it hasn't. You have given to yourself in other ways. I'm not doing a very good job at the moment as a mum. I feel like I'm failing. That's totally understandable. It is a challenging time for you all. You are doing the best that you can. You are learning. And that is what you have come here to do, to learn lessons. The answers will come at the right time, and you know that. More and more positive things are flowing into my lap. So those are just like dialogues when you have those negative thoughts and then you talk back to yourself in your own mind. I found those to be very clever and powerful. When you experience a lot of negative thoughts, you could have a one-off conversation with your mind. For example, hey, we need to work together. Are you with me on this? Let's create a new reality together. I need your help with me to do this. I understand you see things and want to start bringing to my attention that this has happened before and this and that, but let's look for the good in everything. If there is an aspect of someone's personality we like, let's focus on that. Let's not blame others for their behaviour towards us. It is a gift for us to come to a place of realising they are just acting on their perception of life. We all have different levels of awareness, and therefore they are doing the best with the knowledge they have right now. Feel compassion for them if their state isn't positive. You need to protect your energy and your state of mind, so focus on their positive aspects, even if it's just one thing, and move on and away from the situation. If you need to go into a place which you really don't want to go, but you need to, you can protect yourself with a green light and send love and compassion to everyone involved and ask for the highest good for all involved to be the outcome. I used this during a courtroom situation. Rather than feeling like a victim, I felt empowered, full of love for everyone involved, knowing that the intention was there for everyone's highest good. It is often the lack of knowledge around having these tools to use and words to say and the thoughts to think to ourselves which keeps us feeling stuck or feeling like a victim. How did I discover my true identity? By knowing that I was no longer the identity of the job, the role that I had, and that I was no longer the person my parents thought that I should be. By looking at myself in the third person and seeing how I wasn't respecting myself, and that I needed to stand up for myself, which I did by putting in place boundaries. It is okay to say no. You can say to people, this situation I feel is not the best for my well-being, and I have decided not to go. Or remove yourself, saying this behaviour is making me feel stressed. Feeling free, my biggest life lesson. When I removed the people around me who were negative, that was liberating and empowering. By knowing that the right people will come at the right time, the right opportunities will present, and not having the mind chattering away distracting you, being present in the moment, grateful for all of what is. If I were focusing on the past and what has happened to me, I would be missing so many opportunities. If I was worrying about the future, the same thing would happen. Positive and negative thoughts are part and parcel of being human. It's the way you respond to them. Become mindful about your thinking. Each moment matters. Here, the present is a symbol for the present moment. Each thought creates your future. If only there was a reset button. Well, there is. You keep in the present moment to create new ways of being and take it one step at a time. What mantra can you create to keep yourself in the present moment, feeling gratitude for all of what is? What beauty can you see in all the things around you? How can you catch yourself or your mind wandering, thinking about the past or projecting into the future, saying now is new? Over and over helped me. I used to say it from Abraham Hicks actually. Now is new, now is new. Our thoughts manifest who we are. Practice changing your mindset from lack, focused on limits, to abundance, focused on possibilities. So an action step now, gratitude journal. Spend 20 minutes a day on this. Try and do it at the same time of the day to get into the habit. Each night write down 3 things you're grateful for. If you want to make your heart connected, touch your heart and do this. Feel it. Remember, everything is about the feeling. Can you feel your heart swell? Other key questions to answer in your journal include, what do I want? How do I feel and why am I feeling like this? Who am I? How do I want my life to be? What is my next step? What do I need to do today to move forward? To move myself forward? What have I achieved today? You can dedicate your first few pages to making notes about places and things that make you feel nurtured. Discovering what you need to nurture yourself is key to finding what you as a person's soul finds happiness in experiencing. Here are some examples. I spend quality time in my own company. I listen to the rain on the roof. I walk along the beach. I spend time in a nurturing environment that I have created for myself. You are only limited by your imagination. We are not our thoughts, and we have the ability to stop, change, and reprogram our minds. We can ask the mind to act as the assistant and know our heart as the director. When head and heart are aligned, the dilemma is solved. We can learn to keep in the present moment and focus on something we can be grateful for. You can create new habits and beliefs from this new awareness and start the process embodying a new way of being, creating the new version of yourself. How do you create new conscious thoughts? The following information was part of a module I did with my spiritual life coach, Michelle. It is a great way to create new neuroconnections in the mind when practiced daily. It is a powerful tool for building a life that allows you to be more aware, positive, empowered, and grateful for your life right now, no matter what your current circumstances. And I get it, it's hard out there at the moment. This allows you to identify what is great in your life today and to use this as a foundation to build a better life for yourself, because you do deserve the very best and are worthy of attracting everything that is great into your life right now. So it's in blue down here. Remember, who you are today is not the person you will be tomorrow. Why am I blessed and fortunate to be alive today? How can I make a difference in someone's life today? What will I do to surprise my spouse, children, friends, and make them smile? What will I do today to nurture myself? What book will I read to enlighten and inspire me? What are the things in my life that bring me happiness? How will I exercise today to increase my energy and make me stronger? Who do I love in my life? Why do I love them? How will I show them? Will today's activities keep me on track to live my dreams? There's a quote here from the book Healing States, A Journey into the World of Spiritual Healing and Shamanism by Alberto Villoldo on page 130. So this is the quote, and then I've got a little graphic here. Shamans in South America typically believe that one is not able to enter the world of the spirit until one can suppress the chatter that continuously goes on inside the brain. This inner brain chatter, whether it be a dialogue or a song, preserves through words and the music the reality that we learned in our homes and schools and that define the limits of human capabilities. Shamans believe that we live as prisoners of a cultural trance, blindly inhabiting a small corner of the universe of possibilities. The San Pedro cactus opens the doorway to a new reality where nothing is assumed to be true or false until it is tested. This is a point of view that closely resembles the model of reality held by the psychics and quantum mechanics. Physics and quantum mechanics. Quantum theory can be interpreted to state that our material world is created again and again before our eyes each instant we perceive it. Thus, the nature of reality is in the eyes of the beholder and the act of the holding itself. And shamans take this one step further, believing that if you can change your perception of reality, you can actually influence events in the material world. Thus, if one can change one's perception of illness, one can influence and accelerate the ordinary course of healing. If one can change one's perception of a neighbouring tribe, one can bring about peace with that tribe. Thus, reality from the point of view of the shaman emerges from an individual's or society's expectations and perceptions. So you'll need to download the book for free to get more insights into this one, but this is how our paradigm can be changed. These are all the different various factors around us that are influencing us. Thoughts, emotions, habits, shadow work, and the higher consciousness. And that is the end of chapter 3. Chapter 4 is next. Much love.